live at 4. Fox 30 Action News Jax starts right now.
And we start with a look at First Alert Doppler HD as we are tracking another day of storms. I'm Tanika Hughes in for Emily Turner here in the First Alert Weather Center with meteorologist Trevor Gibbs. And where is the worst of it for us?
Yeah, the worst storms in our local area now, Tanika, have lifted north of Jacksonville. They're in southeast Georgia, but the worst storm across the region is just outside of our area, Tallahassee, right now. A massive severe thunderstorm just south and east of the city. Tallahassee Airport just registered a wind gust of 60 miles per hour. So that's where the worst weather is. Locally, though, we've got some storms moving inland in southeast Georgia. Just some spotty light rain left over in parts of Duval County after some thunderstorms this afternoon. That's now migrated north on I-95, just crossed the interstate actually. So Woodbine seeing some heavy rain, Kingsland as well, and that's going to continue to propagate inland. So Folkestone, you're dry currently, but some rain on the way, and that'll be the case as well for part of Pierce County and northern Ware County. Elsewhere in northern Florida, drying out after what was a very wet morning. Here are some of those radar estimated rainfall totals for southern St. Johns and Putnam County earlier today. 2 to 3 inches of rain. Now we are going to continue to see some shower activity persist, so adding to some rain totals, but overall in Duval County here on our First Alert neighborhood weather stations, 1 to 2 inches of rain today, and most of that was in northeastern Duval County, say Jacksonville Beach northward, where there was plenty of heavy rain this afternoon, but starting to dry out. So hour by hour temperatures thankfully have been cooled thanks to the clouds and rain, 80s, and that's where we'll hover the next couple of hours as things gradually dry out and the cloud cover sticks around into tomorrow morning. More storms expected tomorrow. That's in your First Alert forecast.
Action News Jax has uncovered more discrepancies in a viral arrest video and what was written in a police report. We now know that the first time William McNeil Jr. was hit in the face is noticeably absent from the police reports filed about the incident. The sheriff released new angles from body camera video from the officers yesterday, saying that it gives a clearer picture than the cell phone video on the left. Action News Jax Jake Stofan is live downtown, and Jake, law enforcement experts you spoke with suggested that leaving that detail out could lead to some disciplinary action against the officer.
Well, especially if it is determined the officer intentionally left out any mention of that hit in the official reports. Now, that's something that's going to be looked into as part of the ongoing internal investigation into this incident. The open-handed blow that generated public outcry during William McNeil Jr.'s February traffic stop arrest is clearly visible in the cell phone video shot on McNeil's phone.
Exit the vehicle!
But on the police body camera video, it can't be seen.
Exit the vehicle!
Despite clear mention of this punch to McNeil's face during the struggle that ensued after he was pulled from his car by officers, there's no mention of the smack he received from Officer Donald Bowers on the arrest report Bowers wrote, nor is there mention of the smack in the response to resisting report approved by JSO supervisors after the incident. McNeil was told by officers he was under arrest for resisting and was commanded to step out of the vehicle several times leading up to the smack. Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 530 President Randy Reeves says the smack Bowers threw is a technique sometimes used by officers in situations when a suspect has to be pulled from a vehicle. And while Reeves could not comment directly on this case, he did say if an internal investigation determines an officer intentionally omitted or skewed details in an official report, that could be cause for discipline.
They would have to find that out. They'd find that out through the evidence. They'd also find that out through interviews, and that's just all part of the process.
And coming up on Action News Jackson 5, we'll be looking into another key discrepancy between the available video and the official reports. Officer Bowers claimed McNeil tried to reach for a knife on his floorboard. The local coverage you can count on live downtown. I'm Jake Stofan, Action News Jax.
And tomorrow, William McNeil Jr., along with his nationally known attorneys, Ben Crump and Harry Daniels, are set to speak out for the first time. It's happening at St. Paul Church at 10 a.m. Action News Jax will be there. Our coverage continues on actionnewsjax.com, where you can find the original viral video that was posted on social media and all 3 of the body-worn camera videos that JSO released. You can also watch the entire JSO news conference at actionnewsjax.com. Meanwhile, JSO holding a town hall meeting in 2 hours for Patrol District 4. That includes Duclay, Argyle Forest, and McGurt's Creek. The Sheriff's Office plans to talk about a drop in murder numbers and the resources used to cut down on violent crime. That meeting is at 6 tonight at First Coast Christian School on Blanding Boulevard. Action News Jax will have a team there as well. We now know the identity of two young men who drowned in the St. Johns River. The Palatka Police Department says the bodies of Wilbert Rivera Cifuentes and Defray Roblero were recovered this morning. They drowned near Palatka's Riverfront Park. Police tell us they were in a group of about 6 men looking for an object in the water last night. We haven't been told what they were looking for, but police say the 2 men couldn't swim and they never came back up.
And then when it's something like this, you're thinking they're going to be okay, they're going to go on the water and they're coming back, and then to find out they're not coming back, like that's got to be the hardest thing ever.
The drownings are still under investigation. Well, the godfather of heavy metal has died. Ozzy Osbourne passed away this morning following a battle with Parkinson's disease and several other health issues. Osbourne's death comes just weeks after he reunited with Black Sabbath bandmates for his final concert. He is survived by his wife Sharon and 5 children. Ozzy Osbourne was 76 years old. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly hit and run as a homicide after a woman was left dead on Jacksonville's north side. It happened at the intersection of Wainwright Court and West Edgewood Avenue yesterday afternoon. Now detectives are asking for your help to identify a suspect. Action News Jack's Deja Mayfield is live from the north side. Deja, you got a chance to talk to someone who says they watched the whole thing unfold.
And Tanika, that person wants to remain anonymous with their identity concealed for their safety. We're altering their voice, and of course, we're covering their face tonight. But that person tells me that they are shocked and shaken, saying that this was no accident. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office was called here to this area about 3:30 yesterday. When they got here, they found a black woman suffering life-threatening injuries. She was taken to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead. And now JSO says they're looking for a black 4-door sedan that was seen traveling eastbound on West Edgewood towards I-95 South. This person we talked to described the moments they watched the whole thing unfold.
She then went up underneath the car from the front of the tires to the back of the tires. It's a black car, like a sports car. It have a loud muffler. You can hear that car on the street. It's real loud.
And the details surrounding who this woman is are still unclear right now. JSO hasn't released a name or an age, but they say this investigation is still early and they're working with the medical examiners and the state attorney's office to complete their investigation. Tonight at 5, we're going to be hearing more from this person about what they heard and what they saw, bringing that to you in a live report here on Action News Jax at 5. For local coverage you can count on the north side, I'm Deja Mayfield, Action News Jax.
Orange Park Police will be conducting active shooter training at Orange Park Elementary this week. Today and Thursday, there will be a large police presence in that area. Right now, leaders in St. Augustine are discussing the county's 2026 budget. 2 budgets have been prepared, one with the rolled back millage rate and one without. Coming up tonight at 6, we're digging into why St. Johns County Fire Rescue says it's worried about the rolled back rate. A jury has still not been selected for the murder trial of 2 men accused of killing a local rapper over a diss track. Hakeem Robinson, known as the rapper Kesu, and Leroy Whitaker are being tried at the same time, but with 2 separate juries. They are charged with the 2020 murder of Charles McCormick Jr., who rapped under the name Lil Buck. Action News Jax is following this case. We'll keep you updated on the trial on air and online. Camden County taking applications for the Camden County Board of Elections and Registration for District 2. It covers Kingsland, St. Mary's, and Woodbine. It has 5 members and is appointed by Camden County Commissioners. For more information on how to apply and see if you qualify, go to actionnewsjax.com. Well, tomorrow, loved ones will be united with service members on board the USS Thomas Hudner after 5 months at sea. The local ship stopped Iranian missiles during the Israel-Iran conflict. The USS Thomas Hudner left Jacksonville back in February. The ship is scheduled to return to Naval Station Mayport at 10 a.m. Another local ship, USS The Sullivans, also intercepted Iranian missiles during that conflict. It returned earlier this month from deployment. Thousands of FBI records related to the 1968 assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. were released by the National Archives. The data was posted on the Archives website Monday, totaling nearly 250,000 pages. Those records include interviews with people who knew King's killer, James Earl Ray, and never released details on his manhunt. The Trump administration called it a sign of transparency. King's surviving children say the documents reveal the ongoing disinformation and surveillance campaign that plagued their father. They released a statement saying, in part, "We ask those who engage with the release of these files to do so with empathy, restraint, and respect for our family's continuing grief." And this comes as there's a continued call for more Epstein files to be released. Today, President Trump dodged Epstein-related questions while announcing a trade deal with the Philippines.
We're very close to finishing a trade deal.
Shortly after hosting the president of the Philippines in the Oval Office Tuesday, President Trump announced on social media a new trade deal, including a 19% tariff on goods from that country.
Whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people.
But Trump didn't talk trade for long, pivoting to attack former President Barack Obama, blaming him directly for what he called years of the Russian hoax.
He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
During Trump's first term, a special counsel investigated potential government wrongdoing, finding no evidence intelligence had been falsified in a systematic way, influenced by political concerns or directed by the former president. President Trump brought up former President Obama moments after being asked a question related to the controversy surrounding the investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Sounds appropriate to do, yeah?
The president said it was appropriate that his Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche reach out to the lawyer for Epstein associate and convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell and plans to speak to her in the coming days.
We want maximum transparency. We also understand the other part of that duty is that we have to protect innocent victims.
On Capitol Hill, House Speaker Mike Johnson said the House will not vote on a resolution calling on the Trump administration to release more of the Epstein files before the August recess.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Trevor Gibbs. Sunny now, Jacksonville Beach here on the First Alert Skycam network, where there was some heavy rain earlier today. More chances of rain in that First Alert forecast.
Coming up new on CBS 47, Fox 30 Action News Jax at 5. The Trump administration wants to get rid of or rewrite dozens of rules in workplaces in the U.S. The services this could impact. And next at 4, if TSA checks you once, they won't have to check you twice. The new program that's pushing the Golden Age of Travel initiative. New at 4, good news for international travelers. The Transportation Security Administration is eliminating double screenings in its one-stop security program. It will allow passengers arriving in from the U.S. from international airports with connecting flights to bypass screenings. American and Delta Airlines have partnered with the TSA to launch the program. The Department of Homeland Security has been making a handful of changes as a part of its Golden Age of Travel initiative. So far, it has ended the shoes-off policy, and Secretary Kristi Noem is hinting that there could be a revision for carry-on liquid amounts. It seems like almost every night you see crews working late on our major highways. The Florida Department of Transportation says they do the bulk of their work overnight because there are less people on the road. Statewide crash data shows between 2017 and 2021, there were more than 53,000 work zone related crashes in Florida, and more than 350 of those were deadly.
We certainly try and minimize any daytime work. We found that on interstates in particular, if we do daytime work, people tend to slow down and look, a lot of rubberneckers.
FDOT says they also see a lot of impatient drivers during the daytime. They say if you are driving near a work zone, to stay vigilant and watch out for construction workers. Covering Nassau County, where women can sign up for free self-defense classes. The session will be held at the Nassau County Sheriff's Office building August 19th at 5 p.m. To participate, you do have to live in the county and be over 13 years old. 24 hours away from training camp. Tomorrow, the Jaguars will be walking out to start practicing and ramping up for the season. We are ready. The players will practice at 8:30 almost every day for the next week, for the next couple of weeks. Coming up on Action News Jax at 5, we're going to hear from Coach Liam Cohen on what we can expect. Well, right now, we are bringing you information on products and how you can save money. Here's local steals and deals.
Who's ready to have a great time this summer? I know I am. Thanks to the Madman Boombox speaker, we're gonna party all summer long. This thing is amazing because it amplifies sound up to 10 times louder with induction technology. It's super easy to use. You don't have to worry about cords getting all tangled up everywhere. No pairing of the Bluetooth, just great sound. This is how easy it is. All you have to do, say for example, I have some music on my phone, right? I wanna play that music for the whole room. You line up the back of the phone with the back of the speaker. Woo-wee! Yeah. That's some great sound, right? It's that simple. Just lay it on the back. It's so simple that even my mother could use this, especially when she's talking to me on speakerphone. She's always like, "What? What'd you say?" I'm like, "Ma, turn up the speakerphone." Now she can put her phone calls on speaker, put them on the device, and she can hear so much better and actually have a conversation with people. And my kids love it, especially all these different colors. And let me stress how important it is to have a phone that pairs regardless if you want to switch it out. You don't have to worry about pairing. You just set it down on top and you're good to go, because now you can use this at the beach, parties, events. It's great for wherever you go. And right now we're offering them in these amazing colors 30% off at localsteals.com. So get yours and get the party started.
Tracking thunderstorms in southeast Georgia now. After some storms across northern Florida, they have shifted north and west with time, so much of metro Jacksonville getting a chance to dry out, but still seeing a few areas of very light rain just west of the St. Johns River here and parts of the west beltway of 295 and Interstate 10. Some light drizzles, areas of light rain there right along Pritchard Road and 295. Old Kings Road also seeing some rain, but nothing significant. This is going to continue to dissipate here over the next couple of minutes. To the north we go, though. That's where more of that activity is this afternoon with some lightning. Still plenty warm from Waycross to Nahunta. Temperatures, I'll show you in a moment, are still in the 90s. So that'll support continued thunderstorm activity for the next couple of hours here in inland Camden County. There's a storm west of Woodbine. Nahunta, you've got lightning and heavy rain nearby. Same story for Waycross. And all of this activity will be heading northwest, eventually reaching Blackshear by 4:56, Waresboro by 5:10, and just after 5:30 for Dixie Union as that continues to migrate inland with time. Some of those radar estimated rainfall totals over the last 12 hours, very hit or miss. So some neighborhoods saw some nice downpours today. Others did not pick up any measurable rainfall. And that's what you see here as we overlay some of those numbers. Black Hammock Island out towards Mayport, Atlantic Beach, Neptune Beach, seeing some of that rain. That was on the order of at least an inch, in some cases perhaps up to 3 inches of rain. Baker County also seeing some of those totals, and northern Clay County as well, north of Middleburg. 3.2 inches perhaps today. So there's a look at those storms in southeast Georgia from the South Bank here. Our downtown Skycam on the First Alert Skycam network, and you can also see some blue sky just outside of that. So some spots seeing the rain, other spots staying dry. Temperatures have cooled largely where the rain and cloud cover has moved over the area. So it's 79 now in Jacksonville, and they Hunta still 96 degrees, Waycross down to 90. So with temperatures still in the 90s, that's a lot of fuel for those storms to continue pushing northwest this evening. So that's where the storms will focus. The rest of the area has cooled off quite a bit, although upper 80s to low 90s now from Palatka over to St. Augustine. So still feeling fairly warm. We'll gradually cool through the 80s tonight with those showers and storms gradually winding down. Can't totally rule out an isolated shower or storm through early this evening, but by and large, things will be quieting down. Tomorrow morning is off to a dry start. Temperatures are in the 70s. We'll see those temps rise into the upper 80s and lower 90s before some more afternoon showers and thunderstorms develop tomorrow. But like today, it's going to be hit or miss. So some neighborhoods will see that heavy rain potential, others will not, and they'll gradually move inland with time. So by 6 o'clock tomorrow, much of our coastal corridor looks to be fairly dry with the activity focusing inland, and that'll be the case again on Thursday, even more hit or miss with the rain coverage by Thursday afternoon and temperatures that will be pretty hot into the 90s with some widely scattered showers and storms. That coverage of rain going down as we head into the weekend, and that's because we see drier time and hotter temperatures. Another area of high pressure looks to settle in over the region like what we saw last weekend, which brought us low rain coverage and hot temperatures. That looks to repeat again this weekend. So you see the reds and purples making an appearance again by Saturday and Sunday on that heat risk map, and that's because temperatures will return into the upper 90s here in your 7-day forecast. With that weekend always in view, scattered storms tomorrow turning a little less, more hit or miss by Thursday and Friday, isolated for Saturday. A lot of dry time in the upcoming weekend and early next week, but temperatures back into the upper 90s, approaching 100. And by Tuesday, some storms start to return, but still hot, highs in the 90s. Your latest forecast always there online, actionnewsjax.com, and in the App Store with our free First Alert weather app.
Coming up, the summer danger you may have never heard about. Why your margarita can put you at risk. danger surrounding your summer margaritas. According to the Cleveland Clinic, preparing to drink and then going into the sun can cause red patches and blisters. It's called margarita burns, and the reaction happens because citrus plants like limes contain a chemical that makes your skin more sensitive to the sun. Action News Jax told you this happened to a Florida bride in 2024 while she was preparing limes. The best way to avoid it is to make sure you wash your hands during food prep. Well, new at 4 p.m. Universal Epic Universe is included for the first time on Florida's quarterly report on theme park injuries. The theme park had 3 incidents since May 22nd, and 2 of them involved dizziness or numbness on the Stardust Racers ride. Both people did have pre-existing conditions. 1 case of chest pain was also reported on the Hiccups Wing Glider ride. Disney had 3 incidents. SeaWorld had 2. None were deemed serious. Florida gas prices continue to go up and down, averaging around $3.03, which is up 8 cents from last week. AAA says prices have remained within about 30 cents or 30-cent range for several months, with minimal movement in the oil and gas futures markets. A AAA spokesman, Mark Jenkins, expects for the prices to continue in the same range.
Our hope is that supplies will remain pretty steady, and that should help gas prices remain pretty predictable.
Gas prices in Florida are 32 cents per gallon cheaper than 1 year ago. Nassau County is the most expensive place to get gas in Florida at $3.14 a gallon. Target is changing its price match policy. It allowed customers to get a refund for the price difference if the product was found cheaper at another store. Beginning Monday, the price match will only be valid if customers find an item for a cheaper price at Target stores or websites. Target partially blames the recent sales slump over tariff uncertainty and over backlash over the company reversing DEI programs. All right, Trevor.
All right, temperatures varying widely in the 70s where it's raining, 80s and 90s where it hasn't, but we've got some good cloud cover right now from our downtown tower cam, but also some sunshine as well. So some showers will continue the next few hours, primarily inland, and then drying out later tonight.
Thanks so much for joining us at 4. Much more ahead on Action News Jax at 5. An apparent road rage caught on camera at a local Publix. We hear from the woman who caught it all on video.